So what do you do when you feel like giving up? Life is challenging, sometimes things don't go the way that you planned, and sometimes you feel like giving up. But if you can just find the stillness in the midst of the storm and you step back, maybe you can find the reason that you needed to be able to push through the adversity. In this video, I really wanted to talk about some of the ways that I found to be able to push through the adversity and the challenges that life throws at us to help you guys out there who feel as though you're not where you want to be or you're not where you should be. So if you're ready, let's get straight into this. There's times when you may look around you and you see that friends or family or people who are close in your age are further along in their careers and in their life, frankly, than you feel that you are at this point. And this is such a common problem that I see, and it's one that's almost unavoidable in our modern world of social media. We now more than ever are connected, and yet we're, strangely enough, also more disconnected from reality than we ever were before. And it's so easy now to look around you and to find successful people showing off that new sports car, luxury timepiece, high-end tech gadget, and it seems as though, although we are at the same stage of life as them, that we should be experiencing those same exact things. But the reality is that we all have our own journey to complete, we all have our piece to contribute, and no matter how far behind or downtrodden we may feel, as long as we keep moving forward towards our goals, we should never get stuck comparing ourselves to others. Now, I know this is a little bit more of a easy thing to say than it is to do, but hear me out. A little example of this is when I started my PhD. I looked around me at the senior members of my research group who knew so much more about X-ray science and crystallography, and they could even look at an X-ray diffraction pattern of something like sodium chloride and be able to tell me that it belonged to the cubic space group FM3'M, and that they could figure out lattice parameters and crystallite size and all of these other things just by looking at that diffraction pattern. And I looked at them as a beginner, being at such a high level that I couldn't ever even attain that. But in conversations with them, I soon realized that they started in the exact same place that I was. And the only difference between them and me really at the time was that they had disciplined themselves to study the literature surrounding this field, conduct experiments, to solve real-world problems, and collaborate with other scientists solving those very same problems. That all gave them the knowledge to be able to repeat back to me as if by magic, but it really wasn't magic, it was all kinds of hard work. And in that moment, I had two choices. Either take the comfortable and safe route, which is to settle for living my life in the status quo, the life that had felt so comfortable and known, or I had the choice to break the mold and extend myself beyond the limits that I had placed on myself, to rise above and attain something more. This road hasn't been easy, and it sure as hell hasn't always been fun, but I've been at this now for over 4 years, and I have the end in sight right now, and it's crazy to think that just 3 years ago I was seriously considering throwing it all away because my life was pushing me to my limits. But thank God I didn't, and it's all because I have a strong community of people around me who understand me, but who are also willing to challenge me when they know that it's something that will benefit me in the long run. Sometimes you look at a situation from within and you can't really see beyond the day-to-day struggles. This is why it's so important to have people who are going to be your advocates, who are going to push you when you need to be pushed, and who are going to challenge you when you need to be challenged. Now, I bring this all back to where we started. The problem with comparison is that it's often predicated on the assumption that someone else got where they are or just had things given to them without really any kind of upfront work. And this leads to jealousy and resentment. Instead, the way forward is to recognize that whatever someone else has that you want, it came because they made deliberate choices, and more often than not, they made significant sacrifices to make that outcome a reality for them. And even if somebody was born rich, they're actually no more likely to stay rich than anyone else unless they take it upon themselves to learn the value of the opportunity that they've been given. And in fact, a lot of people who were born rich actually die poor because they never understood the true value of what they were given, and they never understood how to actually grapple with that and come to terms with it because they were just given it from birth and they didn't have to work for it. So I end with this. Wherever you are, whatever adversity you're going through, find people that you can bring alongside you that have your best interest at heart. It could be your parents, it could be your friends or extended family. Whoever it is, help each other by holding each other accountable for the goals and aspirations that you have. And with hard work, with patience, perseverance, I know you can do it. With that said, I hope this video helped you guys out in whatever situation you're going through, and if it did, definitely remember to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, as well as share this video with anybody who you feel may benefit from this information, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.